Hi, my name is Judy Wells, and I'm answering your question today, how much to lay hardwood floors? That's broad. There's three different ways to do it, at least from my experience, and I've been doing this over 30 years. Of course, in the past, everything was nailed down. All homes were raised foundations, but for many, many years, we've been pouring concrete slabs, which has changed the way that we install a lot of our hardwood floors. So you can nail it down if you have a raised foundation with a nail gun and a nailer and a tongue and groove piece of wood, either pre-finished or unfinished. And the cost should be about $3 a foot. Could be $2.50, could be $3.25, depends on your area, depends on what part of the country and how extensive your project is. But in the neighborhood of $3 a foot. But there are other ways to install hardwood floors now. You can install them by floating, and this is very similar to the method that we install all laminate floors. By that I mean it's not glued to the subfloor. It has a pad, maybe something like this. It has plastic on one side, which protects against moisture and a little bit of cushion. This is just one of several types, but the underlayment's design is the same. It keeps moisture from coming up from underneath, and your wood is now free floating, sitting on top of that pad. That costs less per square foot, but then you need to buy the pads. So somewhere in the neighborhood of $2 to $2.50 a foot to do your installation, and maybe 50 cents a foot for your pad, you're at close to $3 a foot. The third method is gluing. It's obviously the most permanent method, and gluing involves some kind of urethane glue or acrylic urethane glue, and typically a moisture barrier. Nowadays, they're frequently combined all in one can so that you have your moisture barrier and your glue together. And that method is about $3 a foot for the labor, but then you need to buy that glue / moisture barrier, and that is typically at least $1 to $1.50 a square foot, depending on the brand. So you're at about $4.50, maybe even $5 a foot, depending on the area and the laborers that you use. Most expensive and most permanent. I don't recommend it for most situations, simply because floating is satisfactory. It's even a little bit more comfortable with that padding, and you can repair it or remove it as need be down the road. Hope that helped. And I also invite you, if you're curious, I have been very successfully changing my financial situation by simply getting involved in a business that I work from home for a few hours a day online, and it's enabled me to go from working 60 to 80 hours in this shop to working just a few hours a day from home. It's judywellsonline.com. If you're curious, take a look, put in your email, play the video, and I'm sure that you will be excited as I was and moving forward in your life. Good luck and best wishes.